Yo, so I just came back from watching the Spider-Man Brand New Day movie, and all I can say is that my life has now been forever changed. Bro, I can't stress enough how good this movie really is and how much it really means to me as not only a Spider-Man fan, but just like somebody who just enjoys movies. You feel me? This movie means so much to me. I cried a cool 5 times minimum watching this movie. You feel me? This movie was really good. And I just, bro, I don't know if it's because the absence of actually seeing Spider-Man on screen and feeling it, but yo, I haven't felt Spider-Man since Andrew Garfield, bro. And I don't mean his plot of the movie. I just mean Spider-Man, the character itself. Yeah, Tom Holland had Spider-Man aspect moments within his movie, but none of it was like truly encapsulating or capturing what Spider-Man is, who he really is, you know? And this is why this movie is so beautiful because not only was the plot overall was so good, but all the Spider-Man aspects within it was even better. And let's really break it down, okay? First of all, we have my guy Tom Holland Spider-Man quipping that were actually funny, and he was boasting with such confidence. You know what I'm saying? That's how Spider-Man's supposed to be. He's boasting with confidence. He's freaking, even though he's losing, he's still giving beats to his villains, regardless if he's taking L or not. He's having genuine swing scenes, and best of all, he's interacting with the people. Like and it's not just one scene. That's it. Like constantly throughout the film, he's talking to law enforcement. He has a cop friend. Talking to people. Like the people love him. And yeah, people can say, oh, there's no J. Jonah Jameson. People should be hating Spider-Man, blah, blah, blah. There should be a mix of both. And that's fair. But regardless, my point is in his other movies, there is no version of him even interacting with people aside from like one or two scenes. But this movie has everything. So I don't even care if people don't hate him because guess what? He decides to spend his entire time being Spider-Man. And that's another thing I want to talk about. The eternal struggles in this movie was not only so relatable, it was just so well written. And that is Spider-Man, bro. That's why I feel it so much. Spider-Man is supposed to be relatable. And I don't mean relatable to the point that they keep hammering on the fact that he's a bum, he's poor, he struggles, this and that, and they have to keep doing it over and over and over again. It's the fact that it's so fresh because Tom Spider-Man has never gone through that at all within his entire Spider-Man career. At all. Toby and Andrew constantly within their movies go through struggle. But at the end of the day, they're still building upon the struggle, working with the struggle, finding their path within the struggle. Tom Spider-Man he's always working under somebody's agency. And Homecoming Far From Home is Tony Stark's agency. And whether people like it or not, yeah, it's a common criticism, but whether people like it or not, that's facts. Homecoming is my favorite Spider-Man movie within that trilogy outside of Brand New Day. But guess what? You can't deny that Tony Stark plays a heavy part in that movie, whether he's there or not. Same with Far From Home. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. No Way Home is literally just nostalgia bait. Not bait, the fan service movie. Yeah, even though that one has the most character development within that trilogy and everything, but I can't deny that is literally just nostalgia bait. It's just fan service. That's it. They can't. If I ask somebody to explain to me how is Electro there, they'll tell me to shut my brain off, just watch the movie, enjoy it. That's what it is. It's unfortunate, but that's what it is. Ask them how come Uncle Ben doesn't exist. But they may set it up for Aunt May, not Uncle Ben. Why? That's just what it is. Doesn't matter. But the point is, Tom here goes through struggles, right? And they're so meaningful and within the entire story, you can feel it in your soul. The funny thing, right, is that it kind of mirrors Tobey's thing, because Tobey or any other Spider-Man iteration, the thing with Spider-Man is that it's a balance problem. He's struggling to do this double life thing, and he can't. He literally can't. Why? Because whenever he focuses on one thing, the other thing suffers. Always. Focusing on being Spider-Man, his personal life suffers. Focusing on his personal life, his Spider-Man life suffers. And it doesn't mean suffering as in his mojo is gone or whatever. It's just that the world is always constantly in danger and the people need him. He can't overlook that, especially with great power comes great responsibility speech. He can't just overlook that. Therefore, he has to always get back to Spider-Man, and therefore his personal life always suffers, and it's a repeated cycle over and over again. This scenario is very unique and very different because of No Way Home. With the spell, people forget who he is. Therefore, he decides to fully invest in his Spider-Man life, neglecting his personal life entirely. A new avenue that you've never seen before. I'm pretty sure in any Spider-Man media. I could be wrong, but just don't quote me on that. Right? And the beauty of it is the struggle is isolation. He's choosing to be isolated. He's choosing to be by himself. He has people he talks to, but even as Spider-Man, he's not choosing to open up or even invest into the relationship more than what it is. The cop friend, he doesn't know anything about her other than the business that they do together. He knows nothing about her kids, nothing about her as a person other than who she is as a cop, who she is as the role she plays in his life. Right? And he's constantly, oh my gosh, this movie's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, sorry. He's constantly checking in on MJ and Ned, constantly, until he has to face the reality that they don't know him. They don't remember him, regardless of what feelings he has. They don't know him. So he has to move on. And when the scene where he finally accepts everything, he chooses to let go, chooses to accept everything that's happening, chooses to face reality. You can visually see the growth. And that's life. That's why I love Spider-Man, because he's so relatable. Everybody goes through the same thing. I kid you not, I cried multiple times because every time they hone in on his eternal struggles, it's like, bro, it's like I'm looking at myself, gang. That's literally what I be going through. That's what everyone goes through. That's the beauty of Spider-Man. He's a mirror for you. Right? And the end part, I guess this is kind of spoilers, so like I said, don't watch, whatever. But the villain, Jean Grey, she's going through the same exact thing. And her gimmick of going through his brain and placing her in Peter's shoes and having Aunt May talk to her about, you are special. You are different. You are unique. People are going to use you. People are going to try to use you or try to twist your goodness or try to see you as the thing you are, the role you play, the abilities you have, and try to use you or manipulate you. But know that people will love you. There are people out there who love you for you. They're not using you because they love you for who you are. No matter how different you are, no matter how special or unique you are, people love you for you. And the whole lesson of you can never do anything by yourself. You can't. No matter how much you try. And that's why when Peter told her, I tried, it doesn't work. He tries to be isolated. He tried to separate himself. He tried thinking that it was best. And who knows, maybe he should have told Ned and MJ early on. Maybe he should have told them the information. Maybe life would have been different. But guess what? He can't go back anymore. He has to face the reality now that there's no going back. He has to just move forward now. And now he's starting to rebuild his life. build his connections, work on himself, look at himself, not neglect himself. And it's all so beautiful. It's all so beautiful. This movie is beautiful. And that was just the eternal struggles. Punisher was great. His dynamic with Spider-Man was beautiful. Like, Punisher was great. I wish Daredevil was in this movie too, but now that I've seen the movie, that wasn't really a jail cell, and it wasn't really Punisher, Daredevil's jail cell. So obviously, he wouldn't be in the movie. I was just all going off of hype and aura moments in the trailers and everything. But he better be in Spider-Man 5. That's all I'm saying. Whatever movie that's going to be called, he better be in that movie. But Punisher was amazing. Jean Grey was amazing. Every single character in that movie was amazing. Even Ned, as minor role as he played, was very amazing. MJ, oh, yo, this was probably Zendaya's best MJ inclusion ever. For a long time, she was Buns gang. Homecoming, trash. We knew more about Liz by herself than MJ's whole career. From Homecoming to even No Way Home, probably. No Way Home, she was still mid, kind of, I think. Right? But Brand New Day, MJ, she was fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. The only one gripe I have about the movie was Hulk. Now, he wasn't bad. Him as Bruce was great. What he did as Bruce was really good. And I saw Professor Hulk. I didn't really like Professor Hulk, so see him going away, seeing him even show up, even though I knew he was going to show up, seeing him even show up kind of pissed me off. But whatever. Then I saw Savage Hulk, and people were so scared and nervous that Spider-Man was going to beat Hulk. Man, Hulk gave him belt, gang. Peter Parker tried his best. You know what I'm saying? He was giving Hulk some beats, but Hulk was giving him belt. Peter was begging for his life, and Hulk just decided to not lose. But he decided to stop fighting, and then he goes to jail again, which is why I hate, because I wish they kind of hinted, if you know the comics where people forget Peter Parker in the comics, and then Hulk is like, Hulk never forget, blah blah blah. I was always saying that would never work in the MCU because Hulk does not know Peter. They never interacted. Right? Maybe off screen, sure, if they decide to put that in, but they never interacted. So how would that work? They kind of almost did that, but Hulk didn't speak. He just looked at him. He said, I guess he just looked at his damage. He said, okay, let me just de-transform, or let me just like stop fighting, whatever, right? I wish he had some dialogue to him so we can know what he's actually thinking. But there's words that you can understand just off pure silence. But I wish there was words spoken, because Hulk is an interesting character. And the MCU has hold him for a very long time. So you can only use the inner monologue or just like the silence gimmick for characters that we know, and we can actually like tell what they're thinking because we've known about them for a long time. But the Hulk has been terrible character for a long time. So we can't use that gimmick here. We actually need to know what he's thinking and hear him say stuff, you know? But this movie was just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Wonderful. Everything was great. The music was beautiful. The scenes were great. It was just like, yo, I can relate to this movie so much. And I feel like I'm not even giving it full justice, because I like I said, I just came back home. And the minute I went straight to recording, I went straight to my chair, turned on this PC, and I'm recording it just now. So there's probably some things I'm forgetting, and I'm trying to remember it right now. This is a very raw and authentic video, so I'm probably not even going to give cuts. I'm just going to post it straight up. But I'm trying to remember, but I can't. I don't remember, like, yo, all I can say is that this movie means a lot to me. Okay? The last movie that touched me like this way was, touched me this way was TASM 2. And I'm not talking about the plot, because the plot was trash. I don't care how good, I don't care how much I gas something. If I know it's trash, it's trash. So I'm just talking about Andrew's Spider-Man. His role with responsibility and how that movie portrays responsibility is beautiful. It's perfect. For me, it's perfect. I don't care. Right? And I feel like Tom takes that to a whole nother level when it comes to facing responsibility not even responsibility, but like his eternal struggles with facing reality, his own sense of responsibility, which was there as well, and just his way of navigating through it all was well done. You know, and I like the parallel with him and with Toby, because Toby in Spider-Man 2 was where it shows the common Spider-Man trope where he's suffering with his superhero balance life, his work double life. That's the word I'm looking for. And so he decides to let go of Spider-Man and focus on his personal life, which is which what happens in the comics, right? And then he realizes how much people miss Spider-Man, how much people need Spider-Man. Therefore, he decides to finally go back to being Spider-Man because the people need him, regardless of people need Spider-Man. It gets to a point where people need him. He means so much to the city. Tom, because of the circumstances with the spell, he decides to just fully focus on being Spider-Man, neglecting his personal life. And the lesson there is that people need people. The world is about connecting. The world is about support systems, having people around. Human beings need other human beings to progress, to remain, to keep his sanity. There's only so much we can do by ourselves. And he was trying to do it all alone because he felt like it was his responsibility to keep pushing through, his responsibility to hold the truth within, you know? And you can see the change after he lets go, and it's so well written. It's generally so beautiful. This movie was so great. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Like I said, my only real issue was Hulk. Really, I know people don't like the third act because it felt a little overstuffed. Now, me personally, I can see where they're coming from with the third act, right? And I want to say the third act is probably when Jean gets captured and everything after that. But, and then Peter finds out that she's actually the good guy, blah, 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 blah. But, like I said, it built up perfectly to the Aunt May scene, the Aunt May Jean scene. And I feel like even though it was overstuffed, everything else that built up to get to that point was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I don't really think I mind the overstuffedness, but that's just me saying that upon my initial reaction, my first watch. Upon rewatch, I may think differently, so who really knows? But right now, I don't really mind it. What's it called? I feel like they also showed like basically all of the scenes were shown on the trailers, basically. Not everything, but there was literally nothing really new I can remember that was like, oh my gosh, you know, like we've seen all the montages we've seen. I've seen him fight Scorpion like twice, which happened in the trailers, and all the the TV spots. I damn near seen that entire Hulk fight. Actually, not all of it, but a good portion of it. I damn near already seen the Hulk fight, and that hand fight was promoted like a million times. And after that, there's no other like fight. So I guess that's also why I'm giving it 9. I'm not giving it any lower. I'm not giving it an 8. I feel like for me personally, it's so good and it's so touching that it just can't be anything lower than an 8. Honestly, for me personally, like I said, upon rewatch, I may find more issues I have with it, but right now I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I know I said before that if Daredevil isn't in the movie, it's automatic point deduction, blah, blah, blah. But I understand now why he isn't even in it, because he has nothing to do with him. I just wish that he will at least be mentioned, because it gets to a point where, like, we get it. They are the Netflix verse, whatever. They are not the Netflix verse, the Defenders verse. They are technically part of the MCU. Technically. And I mean, I say technically because, yeah, they have the rights to those shows now, which is why they're making more shows. But why are they not in a movie together? Why, like, why am I not seeing Moon Knight or some other MCU character in their shows and vice versa? Right now we have Punisher, and that's beautiful. That's great. But Punisher is always with Daredevil. And I want to see my go Daredevil with Spider-Man. Those are my top 2 favorite heroes of all time. And when it comes to Marvel anyways. So of course I want to see them together. Oh yeah, I forgot. And Yelena was mad funny, bro. Yelena was mad funny, bro. Yo, this is what I'm talking about. Like he in his other trilogies, he's in his first trilogy. I said other trilogies. His first trilogy, he's working under somebody's agency, and you can see him. It's like he's always getting pulled along somewhere, you know. And I don't mean pulled along as in he's going through the story, but like he's getting pulled along by another character, and the other character being somebody else that pushes him, that pulls him, being Tony Stark or something else. But it's always connected to some other person that he shouldn't really have this close relation with, anyways. But this movie, he's the driving force of it all. Not really the driving force, but he's in the center of it all. That's what I should say. Everybody is working under his agency now. Everybody. And yeah, there's a driving force and everything, blah, 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 that he's going towards. But like I said, everything else is working under his agency now. This is his movie, Spider-Man movie. Nothing else. There's no, oh, this is revenge from Tony Stark, blah, blah, blah. You're just simply in the way, blah, blah, blah. No. Jean Grey has issues with somebody else because that person did something BS with her mutant sister. But guess what? That guy also is a secret agent, undercover, whatever, agency that promotes safety and the rehabilitation of villains and with their technology for good. And Spider-Man, who's been working as Spider-Man for like 4+ years, has entangled himself with these people. Whole time, these people are waiting to slime him, 48 him, backdoor him. But the minute he goes off board, he goes overboard or sidetracked. So everything is following Spider-Man. There's no longer, oh, Spider-Man is following something else, or he just accidentally stumbles upon something else. No, everything is following Spider-Man, and everything is just so perfect. And I don't know if I explained that properly well enough, but everything just flows so well. Now, Andrew Garfield, don't worry, my goat. Your chain is safe. He has not snatched your swinging chain. You have the best swings forever and ever. Thank God. You are still undefeated, my goat. But Tom, you are a second now. You know what I'm saying? You were a cool second. Toby was never even in argument, honestly. So to be honest, Tom was always second. But now Tom is closer to Andrew than he was before. It was like Andrew was like right here, and Tom was like down here or something, like way lower. But now Tom is like right here. Not really, not anywhere. Like, you know, it's nowhere close, but it's closer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So Andrew, your chain is safe, my goat. But to be honest, Tom is the best Spider-Man of all time now. There's no denying it now. I was always against that notion. Like, I was always Team Andrew for the longest time. And I don't mean his movies. I'm just talking about him as Spider-Man. Let's get those two different things, by the way. Him as Spider-Man, not his movies. I was always Team Andrew. I was never Team Toby. I was always Team Andrew. But after this movie, I am not going to lie, Tom has it. And from now on, I may be a Tom Glazer. But Andrew's forever my GOAT. So I'm going to be glazing both of them. But objectively speaking, well, it's still all subjective. So let me not say objectively speaking. But I see Tom's vision now. I see Brand New Day has really changed the game for me. This movie is so good. Honestly, like it's my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. Probably like my top 3 favorite Marvel movie of all time. Like even top 2, maybe top 1. Honestly, it's probably recency bias, which is why I need to rewatch it again to fully. Because once I rewatch a movie 2 or 3 more times, I have a clearer mind aware what I think of it. First reactions is never really good because I overglaze and then reaction is mid, or I hate on it and after rewatch is really good, or I still hate on it. So it's like weird. That's why you rewatch things, guys. There's never a switch up. You rewatch things because you need to, you get a new perspective. That's why you rewatch things. Okay. But I yapped a lot. Okay. All I'm going to say is that this movie's peak 9 out of 10. I honestly cannot wait for Spider-Man 5. The end credits is also mid. People will glaze Miles. It could be Miles. I don't know. To be honest, I'm in no rush for live action Miles because we are just now getting a Spider-Man movie, like an actual Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. So I would like to see more of those before we even touch Miles. So give me like 2 more Tom movies and then we can bring Miles. You know what I'm saying? That's my vision. But you know, things could be different. Who knows? But that's all I gotta say on it. What do you guys think about No Way Home? Brand New Day. For those who did watch it, if you didn't watch it, you really shouldn't even be here. But anyways, that is the video. That's my yap. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Have a good day. Peace.